Even if the 2012 Porsche Cayenne is an old model, many people in the market are still looking for it, especially the Turbo S version, because it's a powerful and luxurious SUV. Today, we're going to see if this car is still really worth it or not. As usual, we're going to put this car through our standard tests: acceleration test, braking test, suspension test, handling test, and finally, the crash test. First up is the 0 to 100 kilometers per hour test for this car. This car has an 8-liter turbo engine with 550 horsepower and approximately 750 newton meters of torque, which is sent to all wheels via an 8-speed gearbox. Let's see how many seconds it takes for this 2,200 kilogram car to go from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour. In our new tests, we show both the 0 to 100 and the braking test up there. 1, 2, and 3. All right, we see it took 3.56 seconds, which is a very good number. Let's move on to its braking test now. Okay, as you can see, it records about 37 meters for the braking test, which I think is very good considering the car's age and high weight. Let's move on to the suspension test. Okay, for the suspension test, first we start with the cobblestone terrain. As we can see, the car's performance isn't bad at all. In fact, we can say this car has a sporty character, more towards sport, but still, its performance is good. We can say it's satisfactory. On another terrain, we see it shows relatively good performance from the outside. Now, from the interior view, we can also see that no significant vibration is transferred inside the car. Let's move on to the bumpy terrain. On the bumps, we see the car at a constant speed has average performance. We can't really call it good performance because even the Audi A6, which I recently reviewed, performed better, even though that was a sedan, not an SUV. On the rocky terrain, we also see the car has relatively good performance, and we can say it performs well. But if you pay attention, you can see this front right wheel is broken, and this counts as a negative point for this car because look, its front wheel broke so easily. Look, it's going off course. Look at the path it's taking. With that said, let's move on to the handling test for this car. Before we move on, before the handling test, be sure to tell me in the comments at what speed you think this car will pass this test. As you can see, I first started at 50 kilometers an hour, and the car passed the test very easily. After that, I increased the speed to 55 kilometers per hour, where the car showed very good performance and no faults can be found with it. Then I brought the speed to 60 kilometers per hour, but at 60 kilometers per hour, it knocks over one of these cones. After that, I did many tests trying to get it to pass this speed, but it just didn't happen. And you tell me in the comments, should I record this 60 kilometers per hour speed for this car or not? Definitely tell me, but in my opinion, it's not a major flaw, and we can consider this speed for the car. So let's move on to the exciting crash test. Before we go to the crash test, don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me which car I should test and review next. First, we start with the frontal offset test at 64 kilometers per hour. As you can see, the car's performance is really very good, on par with a German car. The pillars manage to protect the occupants very well. As you can see, the car managed to protect the occupants very well, as is also visible from the interior view. Let's move on to the full-width frontal test. Here, we also collide with the wall at 64 kilometers per hour. As you can see, the car again showed very good performance and is excellent. I can't say anything else. Even though the car's design is very old, it still gives us acceptable performance on par with a German car. Let's move on to the head-on collision test. In this test, you see both cars appear in two different colors. Both showed excellent performance, and as you can see, even though the speed of each was 64 kilometers per hour, they showed performance on the level of modern cars. We can also observe this from the interior view. Now we come to the rear trailer crash test. In this test, we collide with the rear of a trailer at 55 kilometers per hour. We see the car's performance is really good here as well. Its safety has been very good so far. The only thing remaining is the side impact crash test, which is the hardest part of our tests. So let's quickly go to that part. In the side impact crash test, as you can see, the car's performance doesn't look good from the outside. But when we look from the inside, we see its performance is average, and we can't fault it too much, to the extent that it can protect the occupants. So that was the test and review of the Porsche Cayenne 2012 model. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and tell me which car I should test and review next. Until the next video, goodbye for now.